All right, guys, I am back and we are just going to be creating just different pockets and different tucks out of different pieces or like different bases for this journal. We're still working on this little guy here. And so, yeah, I brought along a couple of different tools. And so, yeah, we're just going to kind of be creative. And the kids helped me a little bit with some of this. So I will show you those in a little bit. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build a belly band, but I thought it might be kind of cute and a little bit cheeky if we were to create like jail cell type, like prison bars. So I've been thinking long and hard over the weekend, what do I have that we could create that with? And I think I've come up with something. But we'll just have to kind of see. What I'm using now is craft cardstock, 12 by 12 sheet, and I've cut them down into 1/2 inch strips right now. So these are 1/2 inch, and then I'm just going to cut them at 6 inch lengths. We're going to just cut a few of them, and then we'll just start building this. It's going to take some inking, I think. And I did bring along some of my alcohol inks because we'll see. Just have to see where we get with it. Like I said, I have an idea, but we'll just have to see if it actually like kind of comes to fruition. And I'm gonna have to get out the walnut stain because we're gonna kind of layer up the the inking colors, if that makes sense. So, and I want it dark. And we're just going to do one for now to see if we can kind of get it to look what my brain wants it to look like. If that's making any sense. Okay. So that's the walnut stain kind of coming in. And if you can kind of see, there's some, there's still some of the craft card color here. And then I've just put darker edges in there with the walnut stain. Just kind of not been crazy with the making sure it's all in one one color that way. Okay, so I'm going to pull this in a little bit. Try to pull in the and I'm using the black soot. And then I think we will try, if I can find a little bit of water here, just dip my finger in. We're just gonna see if I can, what that does for anything. And it doesn't look like it's gonna do anything. So it looks like it's gonna turn it green, which I was kind of wondering if it might. That's okay. We tried it. That particular scenario is not working. It's okay. We at least know. What I'm trying to create, I guess I should have told you that, is like rusty, vintagey prison bars, if that makes sense, or like jail bars. So I'm going to set that aside because we might use it for something else if we can find something that it'll work with. So let's just start again, and I'm going to go a little bit lighter. Let me see if this walnut stain is a little bit better. I have a brand new one that I need to pull out and just start using. Actually maybe wondering if I'm going about it the wrong way with the ink daubers, these things right here, and maybe I should be going more towards using my blender. In fact, maybe we'll do that on the next one just to see what we get, if we get a little bit different technique. I'm liking that better, using just a little bit less. So let's try my ink blender here, or the brushes here. Let's just see if we get a little bit different look. problem is that most of these ink pads have a film on the top of them, so even when I'm refilling them, they're not, it's not soaking down into the pad anymore. Okay, that's a little bit darker. And it would stand to reason that I could have used brown cardstock as well, but I don't actually have any brown cardstock. That is not something that's in my stash, which I realize now is probably a bad idea, but I didn't at the time. Okay, so I am actually liking that a little bit better, but I like both, so I might do like a combination of the things. And since this one actually has standing ink on it, I think maybe I'll use that one to kind of darken it up a little bit further, if that makes any sense. So I know I didn't say it a minute ago, but I hope you guys are all doing well and welcome back. Welcome to any new subscribers we have. Okay, how many do we think we need? Probably like 7, huh? 7 seems like a good number. Yeah, it is snowing here. We have about 2 inches so far. I don't even know if it's supposed to be a big dumper or not. So it's all cloudy and overcast today, but nope, that's still a long one. Yeah, so what's the weather like where you are? I mean, I'm just about done with winter. Of course, I say that all the time in like January, right? It starts into November, and then by March, I'm just kind of like stir crazy. I'm not a winter lover. I'm not a lover of the cold either. I remember growing up, like, and all my friends would be like, oh yeah, we're going skiing this weekend. I was like, good luck, have fun. I don't think I have actually liked the cold or the snow since I was probably like 6. I'm sure my mom can attest to that. Like, oh, your cousins are going out to play. That's nice. No, it's probably like 10 or 11, I would guess. But yeah, I haven't been a lover of the cold weather in a really, really long time. It's just like once you're cold, you stay cold, right? Like it's almost impossible to de-thaw. Like in the summer, the hotter the better. I'm one of those that I love those 90 to 100, 110 degree days. I like it so hot, you question whether you can still breathe or not. All right, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, one more. And then we're going to make little like rivet type things, I think. And I might end up having to I brought along one of these paper punches. I think it's a 1/2 inch. I bought it long time ago, so I have no idea, but if I had to guess, that's about what it is. Then we have to do a strip for just those. Oh, little did we know we were getting messy today, huh? Got inky fingers. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take one of these a little bit bigger strips here to do the little rivets on so that I can kind of, you know what? Let's do one more because I want to try something. I know, I'm bouncing all over, right, guys? I was just thinking, what would it look like if we added some of that, some of the alcohol inks? Would it look like aged, or would it just look weird? Okay, so this is teak wood. I don't even know what color teak wood is. Like, I mean, I know what color it is, but I mean, as far as like what it looks like on paper. Okay, so that's a little bit dark. Hmm. Not so much, huh? Not quite what I was thinking it might be. That's okay. Again, we'll set that aside. Maybe we'll find something we want to use it with. All right, so yep, I'm going to go ahead and get this good and grungy. Sorry if I'm jiggling you. Okay, now let's see what we can get here. Oh yeah, good and grungy. Okay, let me cap off these inks here. And then what I want to do here, I just want to cut a bunch of these. Is this the only one I have in that size? I think so. All right, that's all right. Oh, hey, look at that. I have no idea what those are from, but kind of unexpected, huh? Those are my 4. And what the heck? I don't even remember what product. Oh, you know what that was from? You know who used it last? Our little Gracie, when she was making her Shrinky Dink stuff. That's what those would be. All right, now let's see if it gives it enough, if these give enough different, can we see them on there is what I was asking. And we can, but I think what I might go ahead and do is, as small as they are, I might go ahead and try to tip these out in black, right? Make them just a little bit darker. Okay. All right, so we're at 6 inches. So if we did, let's see where I'm going with that. Try to make them maybe a little bit evenly spaced. And I think I'll finish this particular one up, but then I think I'll pause the camera and do the other strips so that you're not having to sit here and watch me put all of these on, but you'll get like the general gist of what's happening here. And then when we come back, you'll obviously see it. And I'm gonna have to like punch several more and just kind of keep going in that direction, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of time consuming. Okay, we'll need one more punched to complete this one. I mean, I guess you probably could if you wanted to, and you wanted more of a metallic, you probably could use your what's the word I'm looking for? What the heck are they called? Like the scribbles things, or like the pearl dot things. Oh my gosh, why can I not think of the name of that? Oh, you guys must just like really laugh. And I struggle with that, like remembering what they're called every time I use them. And they're sitting right over here. Okay. So you kind of get the gist of where I'm going with that, right? So yeah, like I said, this one's going to be a little more time consuming, but I think we'll end up liking this a little bit better. And then once we come back, we'll put it on a page. We'll figure out which one to put it on. And then I think we'll end up doing a really cool card to go in the belly band. So it'll be kind of, I'm sure you guys remember Gail Augustinelli's cage belly band. That's kind of the concept for this one. Oh, you know, it'd be really cool too, is we could build pockets with it too. You know, like put it on a back side of one of these pieces and just build the pocket that way, and then have like a belly band in there. Maybe that's what we do. I don't know. Let's just keep on going here, and I'll show you what we're going to do with these rivets, and then, or with these, as soon as I come back with all of these strips done. And like I said, I may go ahead and make several more strips off camera, just in case we really do decide that we want to do that pocket idea. That way we will be way prepared, right? Oh my gosh, now it's like, I'm thinking several different kinds of pockets. Okay, so it's just gonna have to happen. So yep, I will be right back after I have completed a bunch of these little pockets here. And I'm not going to worry too much about like overage of glue or whatever, because it'll dry clear, because it's already drying clear here. Okay guys, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all of those done, or at least some, I shouldn't say all. So we're going to go ahead and build this little jail cell thing. And I think I do need to take this down a little bit. And I think I'm going to take it down to 5 inches instead of 6. And I'm going to do that with 2 pieces so that it fits on our page. So it can be 6 inches tall, but I don't want it 6 inches wide, if that makes sense, because it's going to end up coming off the edge of the page if we do that. So, yeah. Okay, we're going to save these little pieces. I might use them later. So I just need to, but actually I don't even think I need to put any ink on the edge, because this will cover it up. So yeah, I am thinking, or I'm hoping this kind of turns out how I'm hoping it does. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mark it out here. And I'm probably going to have to clean up some glue. Okay. So hoping this turns out all right, because it was a lot of work if it doesn't. I hope I'm still on camera. Basically what I'm trying to do is make sure it's kind of square, so it's not all weird when it goes on the page, right? Let's see. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, now okay, we're just gonna go ahead and put it together and just see what we get. What's the worst that's going to happen? It's only paper, right? I might end up having to make one or two more, I bet. I'm not gonna lie, this has been kind of a challenging journal for me, which I love. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving that it's more of a challenge to kind of, I don't know if this is necessarily a guide journal, but it definitely could be. Okay. We may end up just snipping it off here in just a minute. By snipping off, I mean like the end here. See what I mean? Yeah, we'll just snip that off. So it'll end up being more, I'll measure it for you in just a second. In case you're wanting to make something like what I just did. It'll look really cute if you did something like this with like little tiny flowers or butterflies. That would look cute. Okay, so that ended up being just about 4.5. So we're gonna, oops. And put this here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and attach it with these pieces right here. Okay, now we'll let that set for just a second, and then I'll show you kind of what I was thinking. If I have a little piece of ephemera here, because I was thinking, this will just give you a rough idea, but I was thinking what I would do is it would actually, out of one of the bigger broadsheets or wanted ones, I think there's one that I can fold up like letter style and have the person's picture right here in the middle. Or we could go this way with it to where it kind of shows his face, right? Or hers. Haven't really decided which one we'll use, but we'll figure that out when we're like decorating, so to speak. Kind of like that is what I'm thinking. And then their picture could show there, because it might actually work out good to do the lady and the guy one, maybe, not sure. And then, I mean, we could, you know, add something like this down at the bottom, or, you know, something like that. So, okay, let's move on to the next couple of pockets, because this one's supposed to have like 13 pocket things or whatever. I had Bo and Grace help me make some pieces. So this is like a sheriff's badge. So this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. That'll probably be in the next video. But for sure, I want to make little bowler hat pieces, like for pockets. So what I we kind of did this in December where we use like cookie cutter type things, but that's kind of, you know, different and unusual bases is kind of what I'm going for here. So, and then to make mirror images, just remember that we're going to flip it over. If it won't fit this way, then it'll probably fit this way, right? Okay. I'm just going to flip it over and we're going to trace this one. And I wasn't sure which bowler hat I would like for the project, and I think it's this one. But we'll get it all cut out and just see what we see, right? And I may end up having to get some other paint out. I just brought the cream along. So yeah, the goal is let's find things we have at home to make bases out of, right? That kind of messes with my eyes. Hope it's not messing with you guys' eyes. Okay, so there's one bowler hat. So yeah, this video is obviously a couple hours later from the very first part of the video that you saw, and it is coming down quite a bit. This might end up being one of the biggest snowstorms we've had in a while, because we really haven't had much since the fire. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this little thing out. I know it's ugly and grungy, but it saves my mat. Okay. Let's see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a dry brush, just like a stencil brush. And hopefully this one is small enough. Where did I set it? There it is. And hopefully I can get it dry enough, because we're just going to be putting in just like little highlights, okay? Oh, and this is just regular old black cardstock. I think I said that, but if I didn't, that's what it is. Okay, now I want it really dry, just a little bit of paint on there, okay? And we're gonna go from this, like shading down. Because we're just wanting to do the brim. We just want to give it like a little bit of and if we mess up, then we will just do something different, right? So if you use the brush really dry, then you're just putting hues of color in, right? Like, or just barely. So we just wanted to find that just a tad, okay? Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna go around the edge of the brim here. Okay. And then we're gonna just take a little bit. We're gonna leave this side here and then just kind of, oops, just highlight up through here. And come down just a little bit here. Not really happy that happened, but. Okay, so there's a bowler hat, right? You can kind of tell the definition. And I think I might just do a little bit right here to give a little more definition right there. just tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. See? Just tinies. Tiny little bit. Nope, I don't like that. That should have come down here a little bit more. Let's see if we can kind of bring it out. Just bring some of the shading down a little bit out here so it doesn't look so weird. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And I think we'll end up putting a little something there anyways, like a little envelope or something. Okay, so let's do this one. Remember, dry, dry, dry. Okay. Gonna go up. And down, oops, down to here. And they're probably not going to ever be the same from side to side. That's okay. Touch a little bit down there. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go find a place for this to live in our journal. All right, so we got that. So we'll need something on the back side of that one. By the paper bag. Okay, so let's put one of these hats here. And do we want to, I think I want the bigger portion towards here. And we're going to turn this into a tuck. So I'm only going to glue like right here across to here to kind of just give it some support, okay? And I think we're going to work on some snippets here in another video or two. This one might be kind of a long video series. I don't know. Kind of just depends on how quickly it goes, be my guess. Okay, and then let's find another page for this one to go on. And I was thinking it might look kind of cool on, not really crazy about that. And then we're going to have to count pockets too, because I don't know if I said or not, but we did in the group, it was collectively decided, or rather Minxie wanted 13 pockets. So I was like, wow. Or I think originally she said like 28 pockets. I was like, you are out of your mind, girl. There's no way I am making 28 pockets. I mean, I would have, but it would have been, can you imagine that amount of ephemera you would have to fill 28 pockets? Like when you make a 3 signature journal, I'm like, you're getting up there in the amount of pockets you need. But oh my goodness, for a single one, can you imagine? I love those. I do love how that turned out. Okay. Excuse me, that was rude. Okay, so we're gonna count these as 1 pocket. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one makes 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now what I was thinking is let's make a sheriff's badge, and again use some of this paint and just kind of ground the edges. Maybe, I don't know, let's just see how it turns out, right? What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? We don't like it. So yeah, I did get, I did do some research on like Pinkertons and Yeah, just different things like that, like, and the kind of their origins. And then I went down the rabbit hole, as I often do, which I think a lot of us always, or not always, but I think some of us go in on something and then we fall down rabbit holes, right? Well, the Pinkertons were started by a Irish guy. I have since forgotten his name. And he was one of the first people to employ one of the first female detectives in the world. I thought that was pretty cool. And then, of course, then, you know, Pinkerton research turned into U.S. Marshal researches. And, gosh, I can't remember her name now. But one of the very first U.S. Marshals, her name was Helen or Ellen? V something or other. I'll have to look it back up. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that. And she made it pretty far. Or was she a Texas Ranger? See what I mean? You go down the rabbit hole and then unless you're like looking at your notes, you don't remember the whole thing. She must have been a Texas Ranger. I honestly, sorry guys, I can't remember. But yeah, so then, you know, the U.S. Marshals led me to the Texas Rangers. And then the Texas Rangers led me to, like, the inception of all these other, like, side groups. Oh, my goodness. Does anybody else get lost in those kind of things? I do. And before you know it, it's like 2 a.m. and you're like, ooh, snap. Yeah, I had a dentist appointment yesterday, so... yeah, definitely getting lost in the rabbit hole Sunday night was not really that great for me. And it was an early morning one, too. And one I couldn't, like, kind of doze off with. Yeah. Anyways, anywhoozin', yeah, so let's finish up these. And then I'll let you go for the day. And then I think we're going to do quite a few paper clippy pockets with this one. So, and I actually think I'm going to title those for the tome challenge because I want to add them to the tome. So, yeah, I think that's how those will turn out, or turn up. And I don't actually think I want to do too much as far as, I just kind of want to highlight the edges, and I'm not liking that already. I have too much paint on there. But maybe we just leave it and go with it, right? I think that's the sad part about using black is that sometimes you just end up going too dark or too light, like right off the bat, and then it's hard to fix it. So I think what we may do is I think I'll leave them and then we will decorate them. I'm not going to glue them in yet. We'll decorate them with Tim Holtz guys, okay? We'll just layer them up and maybe that'll look better. Yep, too much, too soon. Well, I don't really like those, but I am going to go ahead and let you go for today. And then we will come back and decorate those, get them in the journal. And by that time, I may have already cut some new ones and just gotten totally frustrated with it and whatnot. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today. It was a little bit of a long-winded tutorial thing, craft with me. But yeah, I think this one for sure turned out really cute and pretty much everything I was hoping it would be. So that was awesome. And then I've got a couple more pockets that I'll probably film today for this journal. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of continue on the decorating thing. Okay, guys, I will talk to you soon. Bye.